Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Fibulator and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be starting an Ironman profile on the Hypixel Skyblock server. And yeah, I've never really done any of the Ironman stuff. I recently came back to the game after about a 5-year hiatus and got familiar and acquainted with the game and some of the changes on this profile right here, where you can see I've gotten farming up to level 35. That's the main thing that I've been doing. And you can see here on my previous profile from 5 years ago, we had quite a large purse as well as some decently high skills. It's just been a very long time. I came back recently and have been enjoying the game and wanted to give Ironman a try. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So let's get started by doing some farming over here.
How could I know it would be goodbye, my love? When did the close of forever?
Alright, so we just went ahead and grabbed our first upgrade on the profile, which is the Rookie Hoe from over at the farmhouse. It's just going to help us get a little bit more coins here off the bat, because honestly our only real source of money right now is from these little wheat minions, these little wheat fields. And we're just going to do a couple inventories full of wheat to get ourselves a small purse going. And then we're going to head on over to probably trying to start getting some minions kind of set up. I'm not really sure what all the goals are kind of with, or at least my personal goals so far with the Ironman profile. I have a lot to learn as far as Ironman mechanics and goals and things actually go. So bear with me. It's going to be a big learning process. This is not necessarily a veteran player's perspective on this. I kind of just, when I get interested in a game or a grind, I will kind of go all out and go all at it and everything. And there was just a little bit of something missing from the new profile that I made when I was starting from scratch. And I think that Ironman will scratch that itch, that progression itch, where I actually have to go out and do things myself. I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of stuff recently about people's experience with Ironman and how people have been enjoying it a lot. And one of the big things that I was kind of struggling with on that profile was the idea that my progression was not as important as maybe I was hoping it would be. Like, it didn't feel as meaningful. It kind of just felt like, oh, I can flip some stuff here. I can do some trades here and there. I can, try to do some auction house sniping. And while that stuff has its place and is definitely fun, especially if it's like your first time playing, when it's your second time after the profiles that I've had in the past, it's just, I don't know, man. It just takes like a level of, I think, enjoyment out of the game. It's obviously like, if that's what you enjoy doing and you get joy out of, trading and flipping and finding deals and getting the biggest purse that you possibly can, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just, for me personally, I was kind of getting to the point where I was just kind of, I'm not necessarily bored. I was enjoying farming and stuff like that, but it was one of those things that I kind of just kept thinking in the back of my head, like, I feel like this would be more meaningful and more worthwhile and just generally more enjoyable if I do this kind of farming and this kind of grinding that I'm already going to do, because I enjoy farming, I enjoy mining, I enjoy fishing, some of these other skills and stuff that are offered. But a lot of the accomplishment and a lot of the progression is kind of sucked out of the game when you're able to use like the auction house and the trading and, bazaar flips and all that kind of stuff, just because you have access to it. It's easy. It's right there. It's easy money. You kind of pick one thing and you go all out in one thing until you have enough money to fund the next thing. Whereas in this situation, on an Ironman, you won't be able to access those things anymore, and you actually do have a lot more meaning involved with every upgrade, every item, every book, every contest, every bit of mining. Like, everything that you do just has so much more value, and I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. I can't promise that it's going to be the longest series ever. I can't promise that I'm necessarily going to get to, like, I don't know. I mean, even on my old 5-year-old profile, I never got into like catacombs really. I kind of just dabbled a little bit here and there. I kind of just enjoy seeing skills and big numbers go up. So if you know, if that's something that you resonate with, or if you have, you know, maybe a different opinion, let me know down below. But I'm excited to see where this goes because it is definitely new, and there's enchanting level 1. So we got our first level there. I think shortly I'll probably end up, once I talk to all these guys and get a couple of these like beginner quests done, I might go and get some of the souls out of the way just so we can start chipping away at some of that Skyblock XP. And then I think we'll probably come back here to the hub to do some farming and get ourselves our first couple of minions going. That way we can, you know, start to progress some of our collections. Because that's another thing that I'm not 100% sure about. So a lot of this will be me referencing other guides and you know, some other bits and pieces here and there. I'll try to figure out what I want to do, you know, obviously on my own as far as like personal goals. But when it comes to actual like Ironman progression, you know, 1,000,001 people have done it before. So I'm sure there are tips and tricks that I'm unaware of. So if you have any of those yourself, go ahead and feel free to leave those down below. I'm always happy to read other people's feedback, and especially people who, you know, have more experience. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll check in with you guys once we get a little bit further.
All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul?
Alright, so something I just realized is the only way we're going to be able to get quick crafting is if we get our carpentry up to level 3, and that is relatively easy to do. We just got to come over here and speak to the carpenter, and then we can also run back over, grab some wool, now that we have a little bit of cash money, and we're going to go grab this wool real quick so that we can appease the carpentry god's will, and hopefully we'll be able to start getting our carpentry leveled up a bit, because that quick crafting is going to be super helpful, especially without the auto crafter, because we're probably not going to get one of those for quite a while. But I have thought about it a little bit, and I think something else that I realized is we need to unlock the garden ASAP. That is going to be one of my main, I guess, like just personal early goals, is to start with farming. And I enjoy farming because, I mean, 9 times out of 10, anything you can do in farming, you can zone out, you can watch YouTube, you can watch, you know, movies, anime, play on your phone, talk to other people. I don't know, it's just very chill, very relaxed, and that is something that I really just enjoy being able to do. I like being able to progress in one thing while doing other things at the same time. And it looks like with that, we are now Skyblock level 1. So 4 more levels and we can begin our garden journey. Something else we can go ahead and get done real quick is getting our first pet. Now that, once again, we have a bit of money saved up, we can come over here to the mine merchants and grab ourselves, I think it's 18 coal and 18 gold. We'll need a little bit extra gold for something else later. But I think that's all we need from him. Then we should be able to make our 2 blocks of coal and our 2 blocks of gold, which is what B wants in order to get our first pet, B. Gonna give us a little bit of extra Skyblock XP on the side, get our first pet leveled up. I think, if I recall correctly, it gives farming fortune early on, so a decent little starting pet until we're able to get our other pets in line. But yes, so we need 5,000 coins, 2 coal, and 2 gold. So bada bing, bada boom. We have our pet B. Where is it? Where is it? Did I disable them? Oh wait, no, I haven't equipped it yet. There we go. Boom. And there is our bee. Oh, it's so cute. Look at that. All right, so we are now going to go ahead and continue our little farming expedition. I'm going to just keep farming until like farming level 12. Keep upgrading our wheat minion as much as we can. We've got 4 enchanted wheat right now, so just a little bit more to go for the next upgrade. Crazy levels here, but we just hit farming level 10. We got our taming up to level 4, wheat collection up to 6. We are just moving along. All right, there we go. That should be just enough for our wheat minion 4, and then we can go ahead and jump straight into wheat minion 5. So now that we are carpentry level 3, we have the quick crafting system, which is going to be so much nicer as far as crafting this stuff in order to sell back to the NPCs, which is a little bit odd, and it's going to take some getting used to for sure. By default, everything is just kind of revolves around like, ah, yes, time to go sell to the bazaar, time to go sell to, you know, whoever. And that's just not the case, guys. It's just not the case. We're going to come on over here to the adventurer. We're going to take a peek real quick. This wouldn't I wouldn't mind having a couple of these. We should get them all ideally, but without the pouch, it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt until we get that redstone unlocked. So I think what I'm actually going to do is go ahead and make ourselves a golden shovel. And we're going to go buy some XP bottles from the librarian here. Boom and boom. We're going to go ahead and use these up so that we can get efficiency on a gold shovel and get our mining level up. And then we can go and tackle the mines so we can actually get our redstone collection and start on all that. There is enchanting level 30 so that we can get ourselves efficiency real quick. Now that we have that on our golden shovel, we can head into the farm area. I think you only need farming 5, if I'm not mistaken. And with all the farming we did to get this wheat minion, I believe our farming is at 10. So we have made quite a little bit of progress. So we're just going to head on over to the barn and see if we're able to go get ourselves... Wait, maybe the barn is what needs level 5. I'm not sure. Let me go check real quick just before we move on. Okay, we are able to go to the desert settlement. I think it's farming 7, but I honestly cannot confirm. So we're just going to go ahead and do some digging here in the sand. And as you can see, we just got 2 mining levels, 3 mining levels already. We are just going to be blowing through this. I'm going to get all the way up to mining level 12 so we can go to the deep caverns. And then also to the dwarven mine. Here we go, and that is mining 12. So we've now gained access to the dwarven mines. Much earlier, we got access to the deep caverns. This is just a very quick little couple of minutes. You know, you get yourself up to mining 12, and now we'll be able to access a lot more as far as mining goes. With all this sand, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick sand minion. That way we can continue to expand our minion collection. I got to do this as I remember to because, well, I am quite the forgetful person, especially when it comes to stuff that I am not familiar with. I'm actually not even sure if there is such a thing as a sand minion. I'm just kind of assuming. But I don't know if it would use the pickaxe since it gives my... Oh, there it is. Boom. All right. Problem solved. Let's go ahead and get ourselves as far as we can with this guy before we go and move on to the next thing. All right. So now our sand minion wants something else, which is probably, if I had to guess, enchanted sand as opposed to the normal, as most things are in this game, but let's give it a try here. Go ahead and see if we have enough. Yep, we've got plenty. Boom, sand minion 5. Cool, so now we have wheat minion and sand minion 5. That puts us up to carpentry level 4, as well as skyblock level 3. So we are 2 skyblock levels away from getting ourselves the garden access. And so I think for the next episode, we're probably going to shoot for finishing that gap, closing that gap, getting to the garden, starting up our first farm, clearing out our first plot, and then also getting our redstone collection up so that we can gain access to the accessory bag. So if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more, or just or even if you hated the video, give it some feedback, give it a like or a dislike, and leave a comment down below. If you have any advice or tips or tricks, or want to help somebody out in the comments as well, that would be fantastic. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.